Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na.
Hey everybody, welcome back to this typewriter tutorial video. This is Laura with Jot and Tittle Vintage Typewriters. I've got for you today a 1960s Smith Corona Coronet, and there's a lot of different Coronet models out there. There's Coronet Electras, there's Coronet Coronamatics. This is just plain Coronet. It's still an electric typewriter with a return handle. And this one has the front, just a very plain front. It's just an SN, it has SCM logo on it. You can also see how time has kind of yellowed the keys and the keyboard on it. It's actually really cool looking. A lot of people try to make their things look vintage like this. So this has yellowed, but the interesting thing is this Star Mist Blue is the original color, but you can see how the plastic has aged differently, and it looks a little more green, and it could be that somebody switched this out, but we've seen enough of these where the plastic and the metal colors, they age in a different way, and so the colors really stand out, and so it's very unique and very fun. And I love that this is from the 60s. I mean, this is close to 60 years old. Can you believe that? And we're still able to use it, and that it works great. So if you've got yours, you've probably found it in your mother's or grandmother's closet or attic or garage, or maybe you found it at a one of those antique stores and you brought it home and you want to know how to use it. Grab it, turn it on, and let's work through this together. All right. So I'm going to assume that people who are watching this don't know a lot about typewriters. So that is from the perspective that we do these tutorial videos. By the way, if I didn't already say, my name is Laura. I'm with Jot and Tittle Typewriters. Please visit our website at jotandtittletypewriters.com. All the links you need are below in the description. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start here with the paper holder, and that's great because it keeps your paper from flopping over and keeps it nice and upright when you're typing. You have to manually set your margins, and you do that by pressing these back tabs and sliding them back and forth like that. Now to move this carriage, this whole section right here is called a carriage. Okay, this one is a 10-inch carriage, and to move it, you've got levers on each side, and it doesn't matter which side, you just pull that in, releases the carriage. That carriage is going to move only as far as you have the margins set. Now, when you're typing, you have to manually go to the next line, and you do that with this metal handle. This is your return lever, and it also advances a line and takes you to the beginning of the line. Now, to set your line height or whatever, not your line height, whatever, line spacing, you have this 1, 2, and 3. This is your line selector. So this is single spacing, double, triple. And that comes in handy, like if you're writing a first draft, do double or triple spacing, line spacing, so you can take notes in between your lines. Voila. Okay, let's move this back over here, and we're gonna load a piece of paper. I've already done some typing on this one, but we can still use it. So you load your paper right in between these two metal pieces and against this ruler looking thing, and you just set it there. You don't need to press it down, you just set it, turn that handle, it'll pull it through, and then put that paper underneath your metal bar. like that. And I like to bring it up so the two ends meet, and that way I can see if my paper is crooked. It's pretty close, it's light off just slightly, but to adjust your paper, you have your adjustment selector lever here, and so you just bring that forward. That releases the tension on the paper, line it up, re-engage. And I'm butchering the names of things tonight. All right, it's been a long, long week. All right. Ooh, we're on 3. All right, we're gonna move the carriage over to the left. Why, you say? Well, because I'm gonna open up this top and I don't want to scratch this pretty paint against the return lever. So once you move it over, then you just slightly pull that forward slightly, and it comes right open. Inside, you're gonna see your ribbon. This is a universal ribbon. This is a 2-color ribbon, black and red. You can get them on our website at jotandtittletypewriters.com. The link is in the description below for you. When you change it out, make sure you put black on top, red on the bottom. Make sure that when you thread it, the ribbon comes up and over the top and down around the bottom. Same with this side, over the top, down around the bottom. Also, these pop in and out, super easy. When you pop it back in, you'll see that the ribbon doesn't always go into the guide wire, so you got to put it in there. You're going to get your fingers all messy. And then I have an up-close photo. If you click on that product listing link in the description, look at the photos and then either screenshot or save the image that shows you, that's an up-close image of this area, and that'll help you know how to thread your ribbon. And you're gonna have to just kind of go in and out. Sometimes you have to come underneath. It's very messy. You'll get ink everywhere. And after you do it a couple of times, you'll remember how to thread your ribbon. One thing about ribbons, when you get to the end of the spool, it is not the end of the ink. You want to reverse the direction of your spools. And to do that is a lever here on the left side, and it says Rev. That stands for ribbon reversal. That reverses the direction of your ribbon. So you're going to reverse the direction of that ribbon dozens of times before you need to change your ribbon. There's a lot of ink in that ribbon. It'll last you a long time. Okay, down here you're going to see this has a tabulator on it. So this middle piece right here is your tab. And I've got one, it looks like there's one set right there. Let's clear it. There we go. So we've cleared our tabs. Now to set one, let's turn it on. Your on-off switch is right here. Let's set one right here. And there we have tabs set. Now, if you have a whole bunch of tabs set on your typewriter, then to clear them all at once, you hold down the clear and release the carriage. I like to go all the way to the end, all the way back a couple of times. It's just me. You should only need to do it once. Release. All your tabs should be clear, okay? Now we're gonna come down here. We talked about ribbon reversal. Here's your backspace. Backspace does not erase, it just backspaces. So then you can type over things or X through things, whatever you want to do. Copy set really doesn't do much, but it adjusts how hard these type bars are going to strike your paper. A lot of the times you can't tell much of a difference. MR stands for margin release. So you know how we set our margins right here? Well, when you're typing, that bell on a typewriter, the bell on a typewriter, you heard that bell? Well, that's saying, hey, you are about to get to your margin and I am going to stop typing. Oops. Okay, so now my typewriter is not going to type. And I'm in the middle of my word. I want to finish my word. So I hit MR, which is margin release. There we go. Finish my word. Tells me to otherwise, 1 and I love the sound of the bell. And I love to type. I love the feel of typing. And so these electric typewriters are going to be the most similar to computers just because they're a lot easier to use and you don't need a lot of pressure. So if you're looking for something for kids, this is an excellent choice. Or if you have smaller hands, or you just want something that's really easy, you're new into the typewriter world, these are one of the ones that I recommend people because they're the most affordable, and then also they're so easy to use on your hands, and it just kind of helps introduce you to the typewriter world, and then you can start investing into some nicer typewriters, especially as you get used to the feel of using one. Your fingers build up strength, which you really do need to build up strength in your fingers to use the manual typewriters. Okay, down here we've got our shift. We've got a shift lock, and then to release the shift lock, you just hit the shift again. And so shift is lowercase, or hold on, let's try that again. No, shift is lowercase. Shift is uppercase and symbols. Lowercase is numbers. And if you hold down your space bar, if you hold it, it'll power space. And then there are 3 keys that have an auto repeat if you hold them down. And that's going to be your dash, your period, and your X. So they'll auto repeat as you hold it. All right, so that is everything on how to use your Smith Corona Coronet. Again, this is just the plain Coronet. It's not Coronet Electric. It's not Coronet Coronomatic. It's just Coronet. And it's from the 60s. Very basic typewriter, very easy, great machine. If you've got one, it'll be a good workhorse for you. Thanks so much for watching. You all have a blessed day.